everybody, this is Rich Hanlin with Leaders in Faith. Please excuse me, I'm working from home today. We actually had a snow day in northern Georgia, actually northeastern Georgia. I'm about 55 miles northeast towards the South Carolina border. Not a lot, but 1 to 2 inches, but hey, never seen that before. Right before Christmas, actually, a couple weeks before Christmas, to be honest with you, I had made a video. I'd given my testimony, recorded that, but then I went through a secondary video, talked about, finding the good in our hardships, finding the blessings in our hardships. And it was kind of based on a friend of mine sharing his testimony, his challenges that his mom used to say, wow, you really are going through a lot. God is really going to do some blessings with you. Your challenges are going to be a testimony to somebody else. And I had to really kind of stand back. It hit me hard because I think of all the challenges in my life. And I was complaining and I finally came to the point, I'm thinking, wait a minute. Most of the stuff in my life that I'm stressed out about are things that I prayed about. I asked God to bless my life. I asked God to push me, pull me, twist me, turn me, so that I could become better as a person, as a business owner, as a Christian, as a man, as a dad, as a husband, as a friend. But boy, did I get tested over the holidays. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to walk through it. Basically, my beautiful younger sister, she had a double mastectomy right before Thanksgiving. And I wanted to give her time to heal, but my wife and I shot out to Southern California to be with her and spend some time with family. She was doing great. My God, she was so beautiful. And we were so proud of her because she did what she needed to do to take care of. And we're like, man, but this is what we needed as a family. You're going to, you're such an inspiration to your daughters, things like that. Because you take care of yourself, right? You take care of yourself, you get sick. And she was doing awesome. So the week before Christmas, we actually spent some time out. We had the most incredible day. Believe it or not, we went to Disneyland and we went to downtown Disney. We never made it into the park. We actually spent the whole entire time in downtown Disney just enjoying one another. It was probably the funnest time I've had with my family ever at Disneyland, and we physically didn't go into the park and ride rides. We did have some drinks. We had shared a Santa margarita with my sister and her daughter. We probably hit 4 or 5 different areas downtown Disney, had some food down there. But we were laughing so hard and having such a good time. Got ready to leave a couple days before Christmas, and my sister, just doing what she normally does, she gives me one of those hugs that she never wants to let go. And I'm like, hey, come on now, don't do that, because it gets me all emotional. She gets all emotional because I live in Georgia. She lives in Southern California. And it was hard. It was always hard saying goodbye. I didn't know that would be the last time that I hugged my sister. The day after Christmas, my sister passed away from a heart attack with no previous signs or issues. I got that call. My brother had tried to call me all night long. I'd gone to bed early, and my wife woke me up and said, man, you got a lot of missed calls. Your brother's saying, call me, call me, call me. And I knew something was wrong. What's weird, you wake up at 5 a.m. and your head's not straight. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I hope nothing's wrong with my brother, but I'm thinking, wait, no, he's the one calling. And then it starts going through my head because, in my opinion, nothing good ever happens after midnight. And this is one of those times where it held true. I had to make that call, and he told me that my sister had passed away from a heart attack that day before, and she didn't show up for some stuff they were doing together as a family. And they finally figured it out to go check on her, and they had found her, she had passed away. So I spent the next 10 days kind of in a fog. And believe me, I got a lot of work to do, so that keeps me busy. Maybe that's a good thing. When I try and think that only good things come from God. He never fails. He never stops working. Even when you can't feel it, even you can't see it, he never stops working. I had prayed to him many times that I am not Job. I cannot take the heat of life, losing all the loved ones around me. Please never make that bet on me, because I wouldn't be good. I just couldn't go through it. I don't want to lose the people I love, especially not that way. I lost my brother about 2 years ago. So almost 2 years to the day, just a couple weeks, my sister passes. And that one hit hard because I talk to her almost every day. She's the glue to our family. It's just my brother, my sister, and myself that were left. I'm going to miss her. I've been trying to logically go through my head and understand or make logic out of all this. And I was struggling. And finally, somebody said something. And as cliche as it sounded, it was probably the best thing I could hear. And I've been able to find peace in it. And they just said, Rich, it was just her time. And here I am wanting to know explanations. Why, how? It makes no sense. And we don't get to choose those things. We don't get to always make sense out of everything in our lives. And I think that's where the faith comes in. I'm not mad at God. I've thanked God for all the incredible times and memories I have with my sister. I've been able to see my sister probably 3 times in the last year because of different circumstances. It's like this last time was one of the most incredible times that I've got to spend with my sister and my brother. And that's what I'm going to remember. Now, I've got 2 incredible nieces that I will forever make sure that they're taken care of. They're strong young women. This has been a blow. We'll head back to California to lay my sister to rest here at the end of the month. Life never stops. We all think we're going to live to be 100, but the truth is, from the day we're born, the countdown starts. We want to say, no, babies are counting upward. No. Each one of us, from the time we are conceived, inevitably are counting down to the point in time that we'll go home to be with God. Whether we like it or not, we can't negotiate it. We can't control it. Outside of suicide, that's not what we're talking about here. Nobody knows the date and time that they have been blessed with. So the reminder to me with this is make sure you're living your life to the fullest. If you're not, why are you not? Why do you think that you are promised tomorrow when nobody is promised tomorrow? Why do you think that you get to pick the day and time when nobody else gets to pick the day and time? Why do you think you get to pick how you go out and things like that? You don't get to pick those. Everything is predestined, and it's a countdown to how that's going to happen. So the thing that you can control is how you live your life. You write the story of your life. You write the script of your life. If you don't like the script, then you have the power to rewrite it and change it. Yesterday's gone, but tomorrow's not even here yet. So what's keeping you from living the life that you want to live? Rich, I got to work. Oh, Rich, I got to do this. Rich, I got to do that. That's fine. We all have those things we've got to do. But life and living and smile and happiness has nothing to do with that. Watching a sunset go down at the beach, walking in the sand with your shoes off, spending time with your family, your grandkids, your son or daughter, mom or dad if they're still alive, grandparents if they're still alive. If you don't like your job, like you literally hate getting up in the morning to go to your job, why are you still doing it? Why not make a change? If you don't like the state you live in, why not make a change to another state? Why make excuses when you have the power of change? I guess is what I'm getting at. People are going to say, well, what's the blessing in your hardship with your sister? The blessing is I just got to spend the most incredible time with my sister prior to this hardship happening. So I'm going to look at it from a different way. It's like God knew what was coming, and he made it important on my heart to get out to be with her, even though I had no idea this was going to happen. You know, leaders in faith is about being real. It's about our testimonies, our relationships with God. It's about being real. It's about truth. What good am I to try and start a faith-based channel if I myself can't share in what I'm trying to talk about? So many people are good at telling the stories, and so many people are good at telling people this and that, but they don't want the camera back on them because that's too personal, right? I'm opposite. I'm probably, and I'm hoping that by sharing this, I might run into other people that share what they have going on, that maybe we find comfort and strength and unity with each other in these hardships, and we lift each other rather than allow each other to fall down. You know, I just wanted to talk about that today. It took me about 2 weeks to get back in the saddle, but today I wanted to share trusting God no matter what. I believe God exists. I believe when I die, I'm going to go to heaven. I thank God for every single day that He gives me here on this earth, because nothing is promised. The next second of my life is not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. Next year's not promised. I'm not sure I want to live to be 100 years old. I don't think I would look very good at 100 years old. So realistically, sometime between now and 85 or 90, God's going to call me home. So I have changed my life a little bit in the sense that I talked to my wife and I said, you know, we need to do more for our family. I'm talking the whole family. We need to figure out a way to leave a legacy that will go on for generations, that will change the generations to come. Not just our kids, but their kids and my nieces and nephews, and then their kids, and then their kids. It's not hard to do. So that's going to be my challenge for 2025, is to possibly start a foundation that will bless the lives of the generations of our family, not only now, but for the future time to come and forevermore, and try and leave something more than just a memory. Like, hey, I used to have this uncle that owned a company, or I used to have this uncle that played minor league baseball, that played college baseball. I don't want to be that uncle. I want to be the uncle they go, man, he was the uncle that changed the trajectory of generations of our family, because he made a change and he taught us how to use that foundation to, and when I say foundation, I want you to understand, I'm talking about a physical company and or entity, a foundation that will be opened up and money would be funded into, and there would be stipulations of how it will be used for generations to come, and it can grow and things like that as the recipients grow over time. I'm talking about that kind of foundation, not like a baseline foundation. I thought about a foundation or a trust or something like that. So I'm going to be working with some different people on some ideas I have. And, you know, the truth is you can't take it with you if you haven't figured that out. So why not try and leave a change that can help people, especially the people that are in your life, the people that are closest to you. I spend every day helping a lot of strangers in what I do. I've been a real estate broker for 35 years. I help people all day long that are not personal friends of mine. We're business acquaintances. What am I doing for my family? And I'm talking extended family, my brother's son and daughter. How about my oldest brother's 2 daughters, my sister's 2 daughters? I have my sons. I have my brother-in-law, his 6 kids. Yes, he has 6 kids. All of them are incredible. And they're starting to have their kids. I feel like I need to step it up. I want to do something more, because when God takes me home, I want to smile my way out of this part of my life. I want to say, man, I hit a home run. I went for it and I changed lives. I want God to say, well done, faithful servant, well done. And maybe if I can change their lives, they'll help change others' lives. You find that Dave Ramsey says it the best: if you will live like no other, you will truly be able to live like no other. And one of his foundations, and he's great for 99% of the people out there. There's always the 1% that get past those baby steps. But he says one thing, that if you can get rid of your personal debt and you can get your income in line, you'll be able to do things like bless others. Tithing at church, investing your money so that you can leave a legacy and a foundation to the next generation. So my sister, in her memory, has led me to a different thought process. And so I'll be bringing some updates on that, and maybe some of you have come into those kind of ideas and we can talk about it. But I wanted to make this video. We'll see how it comes out, see if the sound comes out right. I did it from home. It's not my normal place. But yeah, that's where I'm at today. I'm still healing, still figuring some things out, but I'm looking to jump back in the saddle because life has not ended. My sister has moved on. I will miss her. I love her. I will get to get another hug from her one day. whenever that day comes. But until then, I've got work to do, and it's time to get busy. All right. Hey, this is Leaders in Faith. My name is Rich Hanlin. I'd love to hear back from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your stories. If you'd like to come on the show and talk about something you've been through and how God has led you out of that or through it, I'd love to have that conversation. Let's finish it like this. Dear Lord, thank you so much for relationships that are here, relationships that are starting, and relationships that are yet to come. Lord, I hope this channel finds somebody, just one, that needs to know they're not alone, that needs to know that hardships are going to happen, and needs to know that we can help each other through it, whether that's physically, mentally, talking through it, whatever. But Lord, the true foundation is our faith in you and the free gift that you've given us, that so whoever believeth in your Son will not perish but have eternal life. He got up on that cross and he gave his life, a sinless person. And he had every one of our names on his lips as he passed away when he said, "It is finished." Lord, today I thank you that I can bask in your presence. And I pray that every day you will keep pushing me. I will not give up. I know that this life is temporary, and I am going to make the most out of it. In your name I pray. Amen. All right, that's it. We're going to sign off. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope you enjoyed that 21 minutes of Leaders in Faith.